Honorable members, prayers. Almighty God, we humbly beseech thee to look with favor upon this Parliament of the Republic of Ghana. Grant that it may perform its high duty as in their sight. Give divine guidance to the President of the Republic, endow members of Parliament and ministers of states with discernment and vision, integrity and courage, that through the labors of government, this land and people may be well and truly served, and their good purposes for the common human life be realized in our midst. O God, grant us a vision of our country, fair as it might be, a country of righteousness, where none shall wrong his neighbor, a country of plenty, where evil and poverty shall be done away with, a country of brotherhood, where all success shall be founded on service, and honor shall be given to the deserving, a country of peace, where government shall rest on the will of the people, and the love for the common good. Bless the efforts of those who struggle to make this vision a living reality. Inspire and strengthen our people, that they may give time, thought, and sacrifice to speed the day of the coming beauty of Ghana and Africa. Amen. Honorable members, welcome to the public hearing today. We are taking 3 ministries today. We'll start with Ministry of Environment, followed by Works and Housing, and then Education. So we'll start with introduction of members of the committee, and I'll call the ministry to take the oath.
Good morning. My name is Ajay Boatin, MP New Joburg North, and a member of the committee.
Good morning. Samson Tangwembu Chirage is my name, MP Navrongo Central, a member of the committee.
Good morning. My name is Samuel Atta Mills, MP for Commander Edina Iguafo Abrim, and a Vice Chair of the committee.
My name is James Kluche Avaji, MP for Ketuno, and the Chair of the committee.
My name is Kofi Ochre Ajikum, MP for Fantia Kwasar, and the ranking member of the committee.
Good morning. I'm Davis Ansan Opoku, Member of Parliament for the Good People of Impraiso, and the Deputy Ranking Member for the committee.
Isaac Yao Opoku, MP of Fenso South, and a member of the committee.
Suleimana Yusuf is my name. I'm the MP for Bole Bamboy, and I'm a member of this committee. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Comrade Ibrahim Murtala Mohammed, MP for Tamale Central, a member of the committee.
Good morning. My name is Joanna Mati, Ghana Audit Service Director.
Good morning. My name is John Moza, Assistant Auditor General, Audit Service.
Good morning. My name is Michael Addo, Assistant Auditor General, Audit Service.
Thank you very much. I want to welcome the ministers and then our chief directors who are here to represent their various ministries to assist the committee to review the reports. We'll start with Ministry of Environment and then Ministry of Works and Housing. Both of you to take the oath.
do in the name of the Almighty God swear that the evidence I shall give before this committee touching the matter in issue shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you very much. We'll start with environment. Kindly introduce yourselves to the committee.
Good morning, honorable members of parliament. My name is Patrick Nomo. I'm the Chief Director at the Ministry of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation.
Good morning. My name is Godfred Mode, Chief Internal Auditor for the ministry.
Where is the minister? Who is the minister? So, where is your minister?
Honorable Chairman, our minister planned to be with us this morning, but this morning, I think she was caught up in traffic. She's coming from Kaswa, and she was caught up in traffic. She's not been able to get here yet.
Okay, we will start if she joins us.
Yes, please.
Unfortunately, you have only one issue, so I'm sure by the time you guys here, I would have finished taking your issue. You have one infraction in paragraph 1257. Deputy Ranking Member will handle that.
Thank you, Chairman. It has to do with a study leave that was granted to one Mr. Jonathan Amu Otu from 1st October 2020 to 31st January 2023. And he requested for an extension which your institution declined. But it's not reported to duty since 13 February 2023. And you paid him an on-end salary of 107,959.29 Ghana cedis. The auditors recommend that you recover this total amount from Mr. Amo. Have you been able to do that?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. We have made progress in recovering the amount due. The officer explained that because she was already outside on study leave, I think the communication didn't get to him earlier about the refusal of the approval for the extension. So when we eventually got in touch with him, went through the process, he agreed to pay the amount that had been computed as due from him. He had paid a total of about 9,000 Ghana cedis, leaving an outstanding amount of 98,000, which he has provided a plan to pay to the ministry. Unfortunately, he's still outside, so we've been communicating with him through email and phone calls.
So since February 13th, 2023, that the man refused to report to duty, out of 107,000, you've recovered only 9,000. Is that the case?
Mr. Chairman, as I explained, the recovery didn't start early. It was after we had...
When did it start? When?
The recovery started, I think, last year.
We're in 2024. The incident happened in 2023.
Yes, but because we had to officially communicate to him that the study leave application has been declined, and he petitioned that process. So we had to go forth and backwards until we explained to him that the auditors have picked up the issue and the subject of audit.
So how much is he supposed to pay in a month? I mean, what's the payment plan?
He has agreed to pay 6,000 cedis every 3 months.
6,000 every 3 months?
Yes, please.
That's 2,000 cedis a month?
Yes, that's for the first, yes. Yes, please.
All right, okay. So have you given the schedule to the auditors?
Yes, we have given the schedule to the auditors.
Auditors, can you confirm if indeed it's paid 9,000 out of the 107, and if you've also cited the payment schedule as indicated by the director?
Honorable Chair, an amount of 9,200 has been paid by Mr. Amu Otu, leaving a balance of 98,759.29. For the payment schedule is yet to come to us. Thank you.
Kindly furnish the auditors with the payment schedule so that we are able to track progress. Chairman, that will be all for me.
All right. The infraction, the recommendation is that he should pay with interest. And if he's paying 6,000 every 3 months, annually he will be paying 24,000. So it will take him more than 4 years, or about 4 years, to pay the balance that is left. But 98,000, 4 years. If for the principal to be 4 years, but if you add the interest, then it will go into 5 years. So, Chief Director, you should let him know that he's not paying the amount stated alone. He'll pay it together with what? Interest. Thank you.
Noted, Honorable Chair. Thank you.
All right, so that'll be all for you. You are discharged.
Honorable, thank you very much. Thank you all.
Let's have Minister of Works and Housing. Honorable Minister, welcome. Kindly introduce yourselves to the committee.
Honorable Chair, my name is John Kissy. What are you? I'm CEO for Ghana Hydrological Authority.
Honorable Chair, my name is Sylvanus Ajonu, Director for Department of Rural Housing.
Honorable Chair, my name is Reverend Stephen Yawse, Chief Director, Ministry of Works and Housing.
Chairman, my name is Vincent Kojo Oponkroma, Minister for Works and Housing, an MP for Ofonsi Arebi.
Thank you very much for coming. The Ghana Hydro, you have two issues. The first one, paragraph 1261, to be taken by Honorable Mutala.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Between the period of 2019 and 2023, the authority awarded various contracts for flood control programs. However, 60 contractors failed to complete the contracts amounting to 319,563,609.92 Ghana cedis and 134 million US dollars, 796,761.25. The second one were in dollars. Were awarded to them within the specified dates. The fiscal inspection at the project sites indicated that 21 out of the 60 contracts were at 0%. It means that nothing has been done, and the rest were less than 40% fiscal completion, even though their contract periods had elapsed. Also, some of these contracts had stalled, and the contractors were not on site, and they have provided the details. Your response as management is that these lapses are largely due to delay in payment of interim payment certificates. The continuous flooding of these areas with its devastating effects on the country is because of the non-performance of this contract. It means that as a result of the contracts not being executed, those areas are still being affected, and you can understand the consequences. It affects lives, it affects businesses, it affects everything. The recommendation of the auditors is that the Chief Executive Officer should invoke the contractual clauses that ensure contractors pay the liquidated damage prescribed under the relevant contracts agreement. The auditors also recommended that the Chief Executive Officer should ensure that these contracts are reviewed so that contractors return to site to complete the works. What has been the state of these contracts?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. The progress to date is that 12 projects out of the 60, amounting to 84 million cities, have been completed. Additionally, 18 projects amounting to 174 million are ongoing. Then the $134 million is actually 134 million cedis. The contract is not in dollars. The contract is in cedis. Yes, Honorable Chair.
Auditors, what we have here is that the contract is in dollars and not in cedis. It's only the first one, which is in cedis, the 319,563,609 Ghana cedis. The second one is in USD, 134,796,761.25 US dollars. Okay.
Honorable Chair, we'll do a reconciliation and get back to you.
So you proceed with your response.
Yes, Honorable Chair. So that contract is ongoing as well. That's 134 million. Now, there are about 30 projects or contracts that have not commenced, and we have requested the ministry to give us approval to terminate those contracts. And the ministry is going through the process to grant the approval. Furthermore, we have had to apply liquidated damages in some of the cases where the contracts were completed and certificates were raised. Honorable Chair, I need to perhaps highlight that in some of the cases where contracts or projects are delayed, it's mostly due to delayed payment of interim payment certificates. And so when it comes to applying liquidated damage, we need to really be careful in balancing and looking at the source or why has the project delayed. For the ongoing project, some of them have requested that we grant rate review, because of the rate at which construction materials are increasing. Projects that were awarded a year ago, if for any reason the project delays, it's going to be a lot more expensive for the project to be delivered. And so they have requested a rate review, which we have also forwarded to the ministry to go through the necessary processes so that an approval can be granted for rate review. Otherwise, the contractors will be losing money, and no one would want to come back and do the work if they are going to lose money.
Mr. Chairman, you indicated that some of them is due to delayed payment of interim certificates. If you check in the appendix, you realize that some of the contracts were awarded in 2018. As a matter of fact, some of them were supposed to have been completed in 2021, most of them, 2021. So are you telling this committee that the delay payment of interim certificate has taken years? Or how long did it take the ministry to get those necessary payments to be effective for the execution of the projects?
Yeah, Honorable Chair, sometimes it takes a long time for interim payment certificate to be paid.
When you say long term, what do you mean?
Honorable Chair, there are examples. Yeah, there are examples where contractors have been paid a year and more after the certificates have been raised.
Is it a case that this one's, because if a project was supposed to complete in 2021, for example, a lot of them, we are in 2024, virtually. You know, virtually ending 2024. So it means that the delay has lasted for about 2 to 3 years. Is it the case?
Yeah, Honorable Chair, in some cases, it can take that long for certificate to be paid. And in fact, some of those that are not completed, the way forward for them is to have a rate review, you know, because when the project stalls, by the time that their certificates are paid, the cost of completing the project is so much higher than the contract sum that was agreed from the beginning. So in some of those cases that is taking so much longer, it's because we are awaiting clearance from the PPA to effect a rate review.
Mr. Chairman, I think that some of these answers can be provided by the minister in terms of why such delays. Because if you look at the Auditor General, the report itself, those projects are or were projects that were not only necessary but essential. Or they have captured it in this report that due to the projects not executed, it is affecting the people in terms of flooding. And we know the consequences of such. So, Honorable Minister, if you could explain to this committee why the delay and measures you are putting in place to ensure that those monies. No, Mr. Chairman, the reason why I'm raising this issue is that it's not like any other project. It's not like any other project. These are projects.
Honorable Member.
Yes.
You've asked that question. Answers have been given. That the delay is as a result of non-payment of the interim certificate that have been raised. So you can't ask the minister again what is causing the delay. No. If you are asking the minister that he is in government, he is a minister, a cabinet minister, if he can give reasons why there's delay in honoring the interim certificate, that would be a different question. But what is causing the delay of the completion of the project, we have answer already.
Oh, Honorable Minister, if maybe I understand that the country is broke. I do understand. So, Honorable Minister, how soon are monies going to be gotten to execute these projects, taking into consideration that we are in the middle of the rains?
Chairman, thank you. I think as a first step, for some of these ones that have delayed inordinately, it is tied with the fact that they need some rate reviews. Because when you have now taken about a year and a half to pay them, and the cost of materials have changed significantly, unless you review the rates, they will have a difficulty in completing the project. And as he mentioned, they have requested for rate reviews from us. We have asked for a legal opinion on the type of contract that they signed, whether or not it allows us to do a rate review, because there are some of the contracts that expressly stated in them you cannot review the rates. There are some that you can. So we are going through that process of doing the due diligence so that where rate reviews are applicable, we can apply them. Where we have to do an addendum because rate reviews are not applicable, but we can do an addendum as an agreement between the two parties, taking cognizance of all the facts, then we proceed accordingly. So we are in that process so that that can be done. Admittedly, in terms of fund releases, as I'm sure you are aware, you don't always get 100% of what is budgeted or requested for, because the revenue situation is one that is challenging. But we are trying to get these rates reviewed so that we can get them back on site.
Mr. Chairman, my last question. Honourable Minister, we've seen some ministers that have even spent beyond what they budgeted for. Perhaps government doesn't consider this flooding to be a problem, even though lives and properties are affected. My last question has to do with, I've seen that some of them, they did nothing, and that's what the auditors describe as zero. For example, you have a contract which amounted to 999,000, another one over 1 million Ghana cedis, almost 2 million Ghana cedis. And the progress of work is nil. And you have another one which is about almost 4 million, another one almost 2 million. If you calculate the contracts awarded for which nothing has been done, which is described as zero, is over 50 million Ghana cedis. And some monies were actually extended to those contractors. I'll just take one example. The one which was around 4 million Ghana cedis, they were supposed to execute the project in 2022. There is another one. There's another one. Okay, fine. So some of them, some monies were extended. I don't know whether in the form of mobilization. Can you explain to this committee why those contracts were awarded to those contractors and no work has been done? Is it a case that maybe you should explain to this committee why?
So, Honorable Chair, first of all, we have not made any payment whatsoever to any contractor who hasn't done any work. We do not pay mobilization at all. And in fact, that is one of the challenges. So where a contractor has 2 or 3 projects and they've executed one and they have not been paid, it's a bit difficult for them to now go and start the second or start the third. So that has been, the challenge with those that have 0% completion. For all of those ones, we have written to the ministry requesting approval to terminate. And once the ministry gives us the approval, all of those contracts will be terminated and re-awarded.
Mr. Chairman, I'm done.
Thank you, Minister. Minister, I sit on the Works and Housing Committee of Parliament, so I know a bit about your ministry. And I think I need to use this medium to appeal to the Minister for Finance, especially the Ministry of Finance. Because last year we established the Hydro Authority, and it looks like it still remains the same. No funding. And the zeal at which we went through this bill for it to be made an authority, it seems to be eroding, which is a bit of a difficulty. I mean, I've stayed in Asalam Down, and I know the effect of hydro and these rains and all of that. And if we have established this institution, and the ministry is failing to provide adequate funding to the authority, then it's problematic. So please, maybe we'll use this medium to appeal to the government, and especially to the Minister for Finance, to release funds to the Hydro Authority and also to the ministry. I know the challenges. I mean, we look at the books all the time, and we know the difficulty in your ministry.
Mr. Chairman, there's a particular place. I beg you, it's in my...
I will not allow.
No,
you have finished. Follow up.
Look.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, please can we know the funding source? Is it GOG or is a loan?
So all our projects are funded by the GOG, Honorable Chair.
Yes, Chairman, I just want to find out from them the type of contracts that you issue to these contractors in terms of whether it's a lump sum or a unit price, what have you. Because if we get the right approach, we'll be able to reduce these kind of activities. So which of them do you really use?
So Honorable Chair, it's ad measure. So we have rate, and then we work out the volume of work that needs to be done. So typically for a drain, we're looking at the dimensions of the drain, and the volume of concrete needed. And then we have a rate per cubic meter of concrete. We have rates for reinforcement or iron rods, as we would call it. We have rates for all the materials that are required to execute the project. So once the project is executed, we go out there, we measure what has been done, and then we pay accordingly. So it's not a lump sum. We don't issue lump sum contracts.
So in that case, if a contractor starts work up to a point and abandons it, okay, are you able to measure what the person has done so that you are able to pay the person? Now, I'm asking this because between the time that you measure and pay him and the time that you review for him for a new contract to come in, between that period, there could be damages to the one that would have, the contract work that has been done. And so how do you factor this into the whole contract?
So we look at this in two ways. One, if the contractor abandons the project, and that is where we have difficulty terminating contract, because you would then have to go through another process of procuring a new contractor, and the new contractor you bring on board, you will have to pay them current rate. So it will be better if in negotiation we can rather get the new rate so that the contractor can continue. So that is the reason why we've identified those that require rate review, so that we don't have to go through those kind of cycle again. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. Auditors, can you confirm those contracts that have been completed? Because he mentioned that about 18 of them have been completed. Can you confirm those ones?
18 are ongoing.
Oh, 18 are ongoing. Yes. What is the number that have been completed? 12. Okay.
Honorable Chair, we don't have any information to that effect.
So you need to provide that information and their location so that the auditors can go and verify.
Honorable Chair,
you don't tell the committee that 12 are completed. We don't know where they are. Are they in the Greater Accra alone, or they are spread over the country? Provide that information to them.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Some details in the Excel spreadsheet, but we'll give you more information.
Yeah,
and
okay.
Perhaps we can go around together and check them out.
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Paragraph 1269. Deputy Ranking.
Thank you, Chairman. It has to do with a study leave that was granted to Benedict Ade Mensah. And it was a one-year study leave with pay to pursue a Master of Advanced Studies in Sustainable Water Resources in Zurich, Switzerland. But he has failed to return to service bond. And auditors are recommending that you refund the total salary of 43,315.20 Ghana cedis. Have you done that?
Honorable Chair, yes, indeed. The total amount involved, because the officer in question had also just completed a master's program at the KNUST, when the opportunity to further his education came up, we requested that he pays back all his salary, including what was paid him while he was at KNUST, and for the 1 year that he was in Switzerland. So a total amount of 108,876 cedis has been paid into Dr. General's recovery account, and we have the receipt to that effect, Honorable Chair.
Okay, so he's had two programs, one at KNUST and one in Zurich. Is that the case?
That's correct, Honorable Chair.
Yes, but in the case of the Zurich, the 43,000, the auditors recommend that he pays with interest. Was that done? I mean, did you?
Honorable Chair, that's correct. The total amount was paid with interest.
The total amount was paid with interest.
Chair,
okay. Auditors, are you able to confirm if he's paid these monies with interest?
Honorable Chair, we cannot confirm because we don't have any payment to Auditor General's account. So we can't confirm.
Okay. I see that doctor has a document, so please kindly hand it over to the auditors so that they are able to confirm. Chairman. So is he back or is still in Zurich?
Honorable Chair is not back.
Okay, thank you. Auditors, please take your time. I mean, once they've handed you documents, I mean, Chairman, I think
All right, as you are going through, we can move to the last one, Department of Rural Housing in Second D. Paragraph 1273. This talk about outstanding debtors, 604,500. So, is in connection with the Ghana Cocoa Board that put about 21 houses between 2008 and 2012 under the project name Cocoa Farmers Housing Projects. Now, after payment of 10% minimum deposit, all the 21 beneficiaries have refused to pay the balance. So the total amount is 604,500. You are asked to recover the money from them. Can you give us an update on this?
Honorable Minister, with your permission. Honorable Chair, thank you very much. We making every effort to collect the loan, the outstanding loan. This effort was a bit not going forward, so we seek the advice from the Attorney General Department to advise us, because it's difficult area to collect in terms of loan. It's to farmers, and all attempts is failing, so we asked for advice. And the advice Attorney General gave was for us to do valuation of the properties to determine the current value, to also do land title and other advices, and revert back for further advice. We are still in the process of doing the valuation. This valuation for 21 houses can be expensive for the department. And now that I'm the new director, I intend to ask the minister and the chief director to support the valuation process, because it's expensive. And also looking at the land title is also a process, because some of the lands are under litigation. And so we're making all the efforts. But Mr. Chair, we still not been able to recover this outstanding loan. It is worth to note that the project was designed by Cocoa Board to allow the farmers housing, and the approach was that Cocoa Board will deduct the money from the seasonal sale of cocoa to the farmers, and this failed. And so we forced to collect the money directly from the farmers, and that is making it very difficult. So that is the current situation, and it's a difficult area of loan to collect, Honorable Chair.
So the houses are given to farmers?
Yes.
Are these located in Second D or where?
They are located in the region, not Second D. It's a rural farmers housing project.
But so they are under the Second D office?
Second D office.
Okay. Honorable Isaac.
Man, I just want to find out, are they in various categories? Because I realize the cost of the projects vary. You know, they vary from between 16,500 to around 50,600. So are they in various categories? And I'm wondering what type of houses are these?
They are in various categories, and the price is also determined by their locations. And so some of the farmers had 3 bedrooms, some had 2 bedrooms. So it varies in terms of the number of rooms and the location of the houses. And also the type of roofing material. it is also for me to indicate that the houses is a hybrid of using the local material and the foreign material. So depending on the type of foreign material you want to be used, that also determines the cost. But the cost of the interlocking brick is constant.
Are the beneficiaries living in the houses?
It's worth to note that the project started in 2006, so some of the beneficiaries are even not no more. We need to do thorough research again to see who are the next of kin, but I'm sure the houses are being occupied.
Honorable Yusuf.
Chairman, thank you. Chairman, 1274, you went into a collaboration with Cocoa Board. What type of collaboration was it? Was it just for them to deduct the money, or they contributed in the building of the structures? Did they fund it?
Cocoa Board provided the funding with the backing from Ministry of Finance. We from Department of Rural Housing provided the consultancy. It means we did the designs, we did the award of the contract, and monitor and supervise the contractors on the project. So Cocoa Board was not involved in the actual construction, but provision of funding. And so, as I said, there was a need for it to be followed up by Cocoa Board and Apex Bank to create a system for the farmers to pay seasonally through cocoa chains. That was a concept, but that failed. And so we have to go directly to the farmers to collect. And you know, even me, if I get my salary into my pocket and I'm going to ask me to pay rent, maybe I'll be thinking of other things. So there's a need for us to really find a way to get the farmers to pay back.
So was it a loan that Cocoa Board gave to you, or they funded it? Because if that is the case, if they funded it, this shouldn't be sitting in your books.
Thank you very much. I think that's the position. The money is for the Cocoa Board and Ministry of Finance. And so we are just to facilitate the collection.
No, I'm not getting you.
Yeah.
You said the collection is supposed to be done by Cocoa Board because they were supposed to put...
Through the Apex Bank. That was the initial
Yes, so
design.
you're not the one facilitating the collection. It is...
That failed, so we have to step in because it's a public fund.
No, let's get this right. Cocoa Board gave out money.
Yes.
You only did some consultancies, provided some consultants for those structures to be put in place.
Yes.
Now there's a debt. And you think the debt should be your debt? That's my concern.
No, it's not a debt.
So this should be Cocoa Board's debt.
Yes.
And so it should be sitting in the books of Cocoa Board.
Yes.
That's the clarification I want, Chairman.
Yes, I think so. Good.
So, auditors, why should this sit in the books of Department of Rural Housing instead of Cocoa Board? Huh?
The money is supposed to be paid into a designated account at the Bank of Ghana, and then the department then transfers to Cocoa Board.
Let me ask you this question. Did Cocoa Board loan the money to Department of Rural Housing?
No, as far as I know, no. It was not a loan. It was given directly to the farmers.
Was it the farmers who put up the housing?
It was put up by Department of Rural Housing.
For Cocoa Board?
Yes.
So Cocoa Board paid you?
Cocoa Board paid us, yes.
Paid you. And,
yes.
and therefore, like my member is saying, it is incumbent on Cocoa Board to collect their money.
Yes.
So
thank you.
Should, the auditors, I don't know what's your position on that.
Honorable Chair, The issue here is that I think Cocoa Board paid the money into their account. Is that not the situation?
They paid the money into the account of Department of Rural Housing.
To do the project. So we've done the project.
But
If
you,
the money
said,
is
you just said that it was paid to the farmers.
No,
This is what
the
he
money.
said, which is not correct.
Chairman, if I may assist him. The Department of Rural Housing doesn't know farmers. They don't deal with cocoa farmers. Cocoa Board, from the brief I have, had a number of cocoa farmers that they wanted to run a program for. So they paid them to build for some specific farmers. It was not as though you went around selecting farmers to build for. Cocoa Board provided them a list of farmers they wanted to offer this service for and requested them to build for them. And Cocoa Board paid them the money to do the construction. The original design, therefore, was that when it was done through the Apex Bank and working with Cocoa Board themselves, the farmers will pay back through the cocoa receipts. And that system failed. So then they were asked to recover the monies into an account at the Bank of Ghana, and then after that transfer it back to Cocoa Board to refund what Cocoa Board paid for these farmers to have these properties. That's the brief that they have given me. I think that's what
So the Department of Rural Housing has become a debt collector. Yeah, that is it. Because the department did work for Cocoa Board, and they were paid. That's the end. No, money was given to Department of Rural Housing to do the construction. So it's like they were paid for that construction. That's the end. Their contract ends there. If you're asking them now to chase the money, they have turned into what? Debt collectors. It's the duty of Cocoa Board to do that because they even selected the farmers. They know this is the way we are going to retrieve the money from the farmers. If that fails, why do you push it to the department to now do that job? That is simple. Honorable Ajibot.
Chairman, I wanted to find out from the auditors whether they cited a document that structured this relationship. Because you can't do a program like that without any document. Because as we sit here, we are not even sure of the responsibilities that the parties were to. So the auditors, if they cited a document that structured this arrangement, then I think we can then move away from that point.
Honorable Chair, this was an outstanding debtors in their books, and that is why we cited it.
Yes, it is because the department has agreed to chase the money. So they recognize it in their book so that they can chase the money. Okay? Now, when you collect this money, it is not even going to the department. It's going back to Cocoa Board because it will be paid into a designated account and later transferred to Cocoa Board. So even that one, we are not sure that a percentage will come to the department for collecting the debts. There's no assurance there. So we have to think about it and then advise that the Cocoa Board find means of getting back to these farmers. If they need assistance of the department to show them where the constructions were done, I'm sure the department can find the location of these 21 houses. The Cocoa Board find means of collecting the money from the farmers. But the families are there. Honorable Frida.
Thank you very much. Actually, I want to find out from them whether they have the full list, addresses, contacts of the 21 beneficiaries.
I would say yes, we do. We do at the regional offices and the national office, the headquarters.
So is that why you agreed to collect the debt on behalf of Cocoa Board? How much are they paying you for that debt collection?
The truth is that at the national level, we advise based on a letter we wrote to our ministry. That is not our mandate to collect. But sometimes the regional directors, because it's a debt and the funding from government, also try, because it's like, it's an abeyance, it's fallow. So they try to collect it. And sometimes against our mood at the head office. But I think we are not mandated to collect this money. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chair. Chair, the mandate of rural housing is to construct low, affordable houses with local materials for rural communities, and that is basically what you did. So I think you've done your job. So it's up to Cocoa Board to find ways and means to collect the money and leave rural housing. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
All right. We'll make that recommendation that auditors will take notes, redirect this to attention of the Cocoa Board, so that if they decide to write it off in their books, that should be their decision. The burden to retrieve the money should not be that of the department. All right, so that will be all for the ministry. I want to thank you very much for coming. You are discharged. Yeah, okay. Hold on. The auditors want to say something.
Yeah, on the unserved bond that you said we should. Yes, we have the payment of the money by the said officer. Even though Auditor General recommended that you should pay an amount of 43,315 on the with interest on the Zurich issue, I think the ministry did well by going ahead to also ensure that he pays that money with interest, and the expenditure also incurred on him at KUST, totaling 108,876.99. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We congratulate the ministry for doing a good job. We wish that all ministries will do the same. Congratulations. Honorable Vincent Kojo Opong Nkrumah.
Chairman, we are grateful. We are protecting the public purse.
You are protecting the public purse. Oh. All right, so let's have, we're going to take Ministry of Education, Ghana Education Service. They should come forward to take the oath. And then also, a Regional Coordinating Council, Upper East, should also come to take the oath.
I do in the name of the Almighty God swear that the evidence I shall give before this committee touching the matter in issue shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Right. Okay. Thank you, Chairman.
We will start with Upper East Regional Coordinating Council. Are you the one seated? Misapplication. Okay, just one issue with the Upper East Regional Coordinating Council before we come to you. Kindly introduce yourselves to the committee.
My name is Alhaji Abubakar Yunusa, Chief Director, Upper East Regional Coordinating Council.
My name is Alhaji Saibu Mutawakilu, Finance Officer, Upper East Regional Coordinating Council.
Thank you very much for coming. You have one issue, and sorry, we learned you got here yesterday at the time that we have adjourned. So we are sorry that we didn't take you yesterday. But you have one issue which will be done by Honorable Ajay Borton, paragraph 1075.
Thank you, Chairman. This infraction is unaccounted proceeds from auction sales amounting to 121,570. And it relates to vehicles that were auctioned pursuant to a letter from the Office of the President. At the end of the day, what happened was that the auctioneer did not pay the amounts involved to the designated account. So the auditors recommended that you were to take steps to have those payments made. You responded that you made a follow-up. So let's see what came out of that follow-up.
Honorable Chair, thank you very much. The auctioneer has since made full payment for the entire exercise, which is being attached here for your further action.
Auditors, have you cited the receipt?
Honorable Chair, the outstanding amount has been fully accounted for. Thank you.
Chairman, the amount has been settled.
Thank you very much. So this auctioneer, Malibi Vihira, is it located in Upper East region or is in Accra?
Honorable Chair, he is located in Tamale in the northern region.
In Tamale, okay. Yeah. So did he give any reason why he kept the money for all this while until the auditor cited before he went to pay the money to the bank? Did he give any reasons?
With my interaction with him, he indicated, and I do know, that two of the vehicles were unattractive, and the cost seems to be on the high side. So after the public auction, these two vehicles were still standing in the stores, and we made efforts to get people to actually come and purchase them. So it took a month or two before those two vehicles were actually auctioned, and that matter accounted for the delay.
But if those two vehicles were delaying the process, those that have been auctioned, they should pay that money to the bank and wait for the one that has not been sold.
Honorable Chair, he did that. He paid a total of 58,710 just immediately after the auction. Just that he delayed in giving us the pay-in slip, the evidence of the payment.
Okay.
Yes.
Auditors, have you cited the pay-in slip to know that at the time of your audits, that payment was done, but only that the information was not made available to you?
Honorable Chair, we have the payment to Bank of Ghana, all of them are here, which satisfy that the full amount has been settled.
Oh, I know, but my question is that according to the coordinating council, 53,000 was paid earlier at the time of the audit, only that information was not made available. So if you watch the paying slips, the date might confirm that position. That is why I ask.
Yes, Honorable Chair, we have a payment dated 15 June 2023.
All right, so that settles it. So we want to thank you very much for coming. You are discharged.
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you. Now let's have a Ministry of Education. The Ministry of Education, the ministry proper. Kindly introduce yourself to the committee.
Thank you, Honorable Chair, and good morning. My name is Mamle Andrews, Chief Director of the Ministry of Education.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Good morning. My name is Mavis Asari Donko, Director General Administration.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. My name is Emmanuel Ejare. I'm Transport Manager, Ministry of Education.
Good morning, Honorable Chair. My name is Edward Fiaoyepe, Director Internal Audit, Ministry of Education.
Oh, Edward. Oh, is that you?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
You work at education too.
All right, thank you very much. Chief Director, I know your ministers have sought permission, and that is why I'm not asking their whereabouts, so you are welcome. We will take you. And for the ministry, the first item is on page 336 of the report, paragraph 1120. And the infraction is failure to follow up on stolen vehicle. According to the auditors, the Ministry of Education, you have a Toyota Hilux vehicle with the registration number GX 1636-18, which was assigned to the Central Regional Coordinator of the Free Senior High School, Mr. Kingsley Opoku Ajiman. This vehicle was reported stolen at gunpoint on 22nd September 2018. Now, The auditor further noted that although the vehicle was comprehensively insured with a state insurance company, the ministry failed to file for the insurance claim. So they therefore recommended that the chief director should ensure that the head of the free SHS recover the current cost of the vehicle from Mr. Kingsley Opoku Ajiman and pay same to the Auditor General Recovery Account. What is the response to this recommendation?
Thank you once again, Honorable Chair. Yes, Honorable Chair, the vehicle was stolen at gunpoint from the Free SHS Central Regional Coordinator in September 2018. And a report was made to the police, and we obtained a police report on it. The ministry also put in a claim to the state insurance company, and the state insurance company was requesting for certain documentation. Happily, we want to indicate that as of yesterday, the state insurance company has written back to the ministry indicating that they have noted our request, and they are working on our check, and they will revert with that to us shortly.
Who was driving the pickup before it was stolen on gunpoint? Who was driving?
Honorable Chair, it was the Central Regional Coordinator of the Free SHS.
So the vehicles that the ministry allocate to the coordinators of the Free SHS, are these free SHS coordinators the drivers themselves of the vehicle? Or they have drivers to drive them?
Honorable Chair, there are officers that have been assigned vehicles to drive.
Oh, so they drive themselves?
Yes, please.
So where did the incident take place?
Honorable Chair, with your kind permission, I'll let the transport manager give the fine details of that.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. So the incident happened at Kumasi, Kwadaso. It's all contained in the police report.
Okay.
Yes.
What was he doing in Kumasi from Central Region? What did he go to do in Kwadaso in Kumasi?
Apparently, he had returned from a funeral. That's what the report says. And then at the time he was about entering his house, then the unknown gunman.
His house in what? Kwadaso?
Kwadaso, yes. Per the police
report.
Yes, please.
All right, so the vehicles that you are assigned to officers, are they supposed to be used for funerals also?
No, please.
Is it not official vehicle?
Yes, Honorable Chair, it is.
So why should they be using it on funerals? I'm sure it will be a weekend. Is it also part of their work that you can use a vehicle to go to a funeral from Central Region to Ashanti Region?
No, please.
No, is that part of the arrangement?
Not at all.
So if this coordinator use a vehicle on unofficial assignment, he must be made to pay. I thought the vehicle was taken from him on the way from Accra to Cape Coast, or on the way from Cape Coast to Accra. Then I'll say it's official. But in what? Kwadaso, Ashanti Region. Funeral. No. Definitely weekend. Here we bury on Saturday, so. Oh, the date is 22nd September. So you can verify and see. 2018. Go ahead.
You see, my worry is on the state insurance company. This happened in 2018. How come it's taking so long?
It's Saturday, 22nd September 2018 is a Saturday.
How come it's taking so long for the insurance company to respond? Was it because you guys did not give the proper, you didn't file on time, is that the case?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. No, we did file on time, but the vehicle was in the name of the National Service Scheme, and we were requested to get documentation from them, a transfer of documents, although the ministry has been paying the insurance all along, of all the years. It was in the name of National Service Scheme, and the insurance company had wanted a transfer of documents to the ministry. That's how come. We have been able to resolve that now.
Well, but you have introduced a new topic. Has National Service Secretariat donated a vehicle to the ministry? How come the vehicle was in the name of National Service Secretariat, and who insured the vehicle?
Honorable Chair, please, the ministry, the insurance payments were made by the ministry.
Is it possible to insure the vehicle in the name of a different organization? Honorable Isaac.
Thank you, Chairman. Chairman, I want to find out whether the driver was harmed.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Per the report we have, he wasn't harmed.
He wasn't?
Yes, please.
And he actually reported that the car was taken at gunpoint, or there was some witnesses?
No, he reported.
He reported?
Yes.
And it was wholeheartedly accepted?
Yes, please.
Honorable Chair, please, the police investigated the matter.
When you say that the police investigated the matter, were the policemen around when that person pulled the gun? So it was his story to the police that somebody pulled a gun on him after coming from a funeral and maybe having one or two more cocktails. Sometimes you can see ghosts even after a funeral.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The whole issue about this missing vehicle, I mean, the more they try to explain, the more murkier the issue becomes. Because this vehicle, that was in the name of the National Service Scheme. Meanwhile, the Ghana Ministry of Education was paying for the insurance, and the insurance was in the name of the Ministry of Education. How come we were able to register the vehicle with the insurance, with the state insurance, with those documents? Because the document that we used to register the vehicle was in the name of the National Service Scheme. So I believe the insurance should have been in the name of the National Service Scheme. So the more you try to explain the issue, the more it becomes murkier. And then the issue surrounding the taking of the vehicle from the officer who's supposed to be in the Cape Coast, was taken in Kumasi, and you just, I mean, he coming with his the narration, the question that Honorable Isaac asked. The vehicle was taken at gunpoint, nobody to collaborate. Was he alone in the car? So the issue surrounding this missing vehicles.
All right. There are a lot of questions to answer.
A lot.
But let me hear from Yusuf again, then
Chairman, thank you.
we'll move on.
Thank you. Chairman, for me, I think the issue is clear. These stories that we have been, narrating, the auditors have disagreed with the position of the ministry, and they have asked you to take the, what is called, the current cost of the vehicle from Mr. Kingsley Opoku Ajimai. Have you done that? That's the issue. Have you done that, Chief Director?
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Yes, no.
Sir,
Have you done that?
Sir, please, it was because... No, thank you. Thank you for the guidance. No, Honorable, please, we have not done that. But if I may go ahead to explain, please. Yes, sir. It was because the auditors indicated that they noted that the ministry had not pursued the insurance claim. That is how come we went on to pursue, to engage the state insurance company to try to obtain, a response and a claim from them.
Can you confirm to this committee,
yes, sir,
that you can get the insurance company to do what is needful?
Honorable Chair, thank you. And yes, please. We came together today with a letter from the state insurance company, which we have given a copy to the Honorable. Pardon?
Chairman, thank you.
Please, if I may read, Honorable.
Yes, read the letter. Let's hear
it
the
says
content.
We acknowledge receipt of your letter dated 26th. We rewrote to them dated 26th July 2024 together with the underlisted documents on and notes the contents, the original. They go ahead to list the documents, and then they say that we are working on the check and we shall revert shortly. We assure you of our best services at all times. So they have given us the assurance that they are working on the check, Honorable Chair. That's how come.
All right, thank you very much. So where is the driver, Kingsley Opoku Ajima? Where is he now?
Honorable Chair, please, I think he's still in the central region. I'll just confirm and get back to you.
You should know. You are the Chief Director
Yes,
of the
please.
Ministry of Education.
He's in the
coordinator for the free SHS. You should know that he's still in the service and he's here. You have to know.
Please, he's still at post, yes.
Still at post. All right, so this is what we are going to recommend. That continue to pursue the state insurance company. Let them pay. Definitely, they will not pay the current value of the vehicle. They will pay the insured value minus 10%. That's what they will do. So, after you have received that money, the difference between that and then the current cost of the vehicle should be borne by Mr. Kingsley Opoku Ajima. That settled the matter.
Very well noted, Honorable. Thank you.
I've ruled on the matter already. Paragraph 1125. Deputy Ranking.
1125 has to do with Inspectorate. Please come.
So, Ministry, is that all that you have to do? That's all you have?
Yes,
I can see, okay, the Municipal Education Office is under GS. Okay, so that'll be all for the Ministry.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Thank you.
But the Inspectorate is also under the Ministry. Those who are coming.
Is the Inspectorate not under the Ministry? So you sit in. Kindly introduce yourself to the committee.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman, and good morning again. Dr. Hilda Mpedu, National Schools Inspectorate Authority.
Kojo Brown Aqua, Acting Director, Finance, National Schools Inspectorate Authority.
So, Deputy Ranking will then take the question.
Thank you very much. Please, have you taken the oath?
Yes, please, Honorable.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
Thank you. It has to do with some private schools that they have defaulted in renewing their licenses, and it means that they have not paid their license fees. And the total here is 15,677,571.30 as at December 2023. In fact, in all the 16 regions, we have schools scattered that have not paid their license fee. The auditors recommend that you should be asked to pursue the recovery of the total amount. Have you done that?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Thank you, Honorable. So, as of 18 July 2024, an amount of 1,085,260 cedis, 75 pesos, had been retrieved from 22 international curricular schools, and 95,342.55 has been retrieved from international curricular schools, those operating the foreign curriculum. And also 6 specialist schools had paid 21,290, and 1,447 national curricular schools, those operating the Ghana education curriculum, had paid 968,628 cedis, 20 pesos, please. Thank you.
It means that that's less than 10% of the amount we see there. What accounts for their failure to renew their licenses?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. So our law to regulate private schools is still quite new, I would say, since 2020 August. We do not have an ally to enforce on any of the regulatory actions that we take. So currently, it's through negotiations that we get the schools to pay the licenses. So as it stands, some schools do the honors on themselves and they pay. Our inspectors are in these schools every day. Once schools are in session to inspect and collect these license fees. But we are having challenges with schools paying, and as it stands, we don't have enforcement powers. I also like to add, Honorable Chair, that the LI, our proposed LI draft, has finally been submitted to the Attorney General's Department. We are hoping it will go through the approval processes and give us the much needed enforcement powers to be able to retrieve these monies. In the absence of that, we've gone ahead to partner with private school associations. There are about 7 currently, to encourage them to retrieve the monies from their members on our behalf. We're also exploring debt recovery agencies who will be able to help us to retrieve these monies. Thank you very much, Honorable Chair.
Thank you. So for instance, how much is a private school supposed to pay in a year? I mean, the license fee.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. So a typical private school, we have 3 types. We have the ones that operate the Ghana Education Service Curriculum, which is what we call the national curricular schools. A typical school consisting of 4 levels, kindergarten, primary, secondary, will pay about 800 cedis. It's about 200 cedis per level. That's what a typical school. An international curricular school, that is the international schools that operate foreign curriculum, Cambridge curriculum, IB, and other curricula, they pay typically around 3,000 cedis per year for their curricula. So that is our current cost. Please,
thank you. Just that I'm a bit disappointed because I know the efforts that you are putting into reshape the entire Inspectorate Directorate. I know what you are doing there. And I'm praying that the LI, please, I mean,
What's the name of the law?
In fact, she's one of the best performing, per my analysis, as a member of Parliament. So please, Chief Director, kindly work with the Attorney General's Department and quickly get the LI to Parliament so that at least we could have a law that would enforce these schools to pay. Thank you. But auditors, can you confirm if indeed she's retrieved the monies that she claims she has?
Honorable Chairman, in all, a total of 1,085,260 cedis .50 has been collected. leaving a balance of 14,405,392 cedis, 0.50.
Hilda, just like Isikwe will say, the money is big, so please kindly take steps to recover this money for us. Thank you. Chairman, that will be all for me.
Honorable Roxon.
Chairman, thank you very much. What's the...
Yes, please, Honorable to being of the
and
law.
how old is the law?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. The law new. It took a while to be able to draft the LI. But currently, the LI, we have a very good draft, and the minister has ensured that it's got into the Attorney General's department. Thank you.
You see, hitherto we're not bounding ministers with time. But we discovered that there are some enactments of parliament that are 20 years old without LIs. Legislations, we are asking the ministers within a certain time frame to come. So if you don't do that, then you create problems for the implementation of the law, like the problems we are encountering. How do you have to negotiate with private education providers for payment of fees? It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. So let's have the LI. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Chairman. And that's the Chairman. And that's the names of the defaulting. Have you been able to do that? Have you been able to do that?
Honorable Chairman, they contacted the dailies about 16,000 plus schools, so they were having challenges on how they will publish it on our website. So that is where we are going to publish it. And then contact the media houses to pick it up from there and hopefully speak about it. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Honorable Fifa.
Very much. With the introduction of 3 SHS, most of the private schools are suffering. So you have to also consider them. If you say that KG school is paying nursery to JHS 200 with the introduction of, I'm talking about those who go by GS, who go by the GS curriculum, not the foreign one. So you have to.
Why are you disturbing him?
Have some human face whenever, because they are also helping the system. Most of the communities, there is no government school crews. So majority of our people depend on the private schools. And if you will also, the private schools over the years have played a very pivotal role in the education sector of the country. The owners are crying for even government subvention. So if, especially with the introduction of free SHS, so auditors and then your funding and your lands, I don't know if you also paid a visit to some of the private schools to also look at their financial strength before you come out with.
No, that is not the job of the auditor. I thought you, in doing that, you want to find out if there should be a categorization in terms of
where that one, yes,
where the school is located. Because those in the cities, big cities, they take a lot of fees as compared to those in the typical rural areas. So that should be considered. That should be considered. Because,
thank you.
Because those in the rural areas, the fees they collect from the students is nothing to write home about. So consider that. But the money that you collect, is it paid to the consolidated fund, or is it for the running of the, how do you call it? The authority?
Honorable Chair, thank you very much. Please, if I may respond to the first one on the categorization. Initially, when we started this effort, we didn't have a database to be able to know where schools are collected. We just early this year, launched the school licensing and inspection management system, which gives us the opportunity to draft an algorithm to see where schools are located. So currently, going forward, School licenses will be paid based on location and also number enrolled. So that will be fair to all. So we plan to implement that in the next academic year. Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. And to the second question, currently the authority has no means of supporting itself other than with the IGF. Per the 1023 Act, we're also supposed to open regional offices, which we've gone ahead to open so far 5, and that's how we sustain ourselves. So we use the money to generate the resources and then use the resources to operate the organization. Thank you very much, Honorable Chair.
So the acts that establish the authority identify these license fees as one of your sources of funding. Is that the case?
Yes, please, Honorable Chair.
Okay. Now, what contribute to the different charges that we give to those running the national curriculum vis-a-vis those running the foreign curriculum?
Thank
Because
you.
you said those running the foreign curriculum are paid about 3,000 per year, whilst the national curriculum are paid 800 per year. What contributes to that big gap difference between the two?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. For the international curricular schools, they have foreign accreditation bodies that have requirements for how they should be inspected at a local level. So when we have to conduct an inspection at an international curricular school, we have to also ensure that we are going by the accreditation requirements. Because per the accreditation requirement, the bodies are supposed to accredit them, but we license them to operate within the laws of Ghana. So it takes a lengthy time to be able to go through all their processes to ensure that accreditation-wise, they qualify to operate the curriculum in this country. Last year, we did a scope where we found out that of the 275 or so international curricular schools operating the Cambridge curriculum, there were some that were really fake. They were charging the monies, but they were not running the Cambridge curriculum. So in coordinating that and also making sure that the citizens are being charged for what is worth what they are paying for, it takes a while to inspect these types of schools, and that's why their costs are a little higher. For the national curricular schools, we are considerate of the fact that in establishing a private school, even though the Constitution allows citizens to do that, they're also helping government provide education for its citizens. So we don't want the cost to be too exorbitant that they cannot pay. So we are reasonable in how we adjust the cost, even though it's in the Fees and Charges Act. And that is why the cost difference. Thank you very much.
So the international school, they are not helping government in provision of education?
Honorable Chair, they are, but they also have very good charges to support their efforts, Honorable Chair. The local private schools, most of them are struggling to stay afloat. So we are very cognizant of that fact in our charges. Thank you very much, Honorable Chair.
Anyway, I think that will be all for you. Kindly make sure that you work together with the ministry to bring the ally. I'm sure that ally will not see the end until my party will come and do it for you. Don't worry. Because if you bring that ally now, we will not pass it before this government leaves office. So NDC will come and finish that ally. Don't worry, we'll do it for you. Don't worry, we'll do it for you, okay? You are discharged. You are discharged.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair.
You are discharged.
It is possible. It can be done. Thank you.
The rest of the entities here are all under Ghana Education Service. And the Ghana Education Service have sought permission that will reschedule them. Even though the letter went on the 16th of July, it was only 2 days ago that the information got to the Director General. So we will reschedule him. We'll reschedule him. So it means that we have come to the end of our sitting for today. Chief Director, you are discharged.
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Yeah, so honorable members, tomorrow we are expecting Ministry of Sanitation and Water Resources, Ministry of Roads and Highways, Ministry of Gender, Ministry of Employment, and then Local Government Service. They are the ministries. Order. Honorable members, please. They are the ministries we are expecting tomorrow. And so we should have finished by tomorrow, but for the fact that we are going to reach some of them, we'll find date for them. So I expect that tomorrow at 9 a.m. we'll reconvene again to take these 4 ministries for the week. I thank you very much for coming. The meeting is adjourned.